Welcome to Close the Door and Come Here, a Song of Ice and Fire podcast with heavy leanings towards our two favorite characters, Jaime and Brienne. Hi, I'm Clotho, and you can find me at Clotho Spindle on Blue Sky Social. And today I'm joined with Guile.
Hey, I'm Guile. You can find me at Guile and Subterfuge on Blue Sky.
We're going to be discussing Dany's 6th chapter in A Dance with Dragons, and all of our usual trigger warnings for rape, violence, and there's a little discussions of kind of gross plague stuff in this. But so Dany's walking through the camp outside of Marine, and Sir Barristan is warning her that it's dangerous as she could catch. This is the plague we're dealing with. This is the bloody flux, and it sounds pretty horrific. She replies that she's the blood of the dragon and has never been sick. So it's like we pretty much take this at face value. You think this is just that's pretty amazing. If she said she can never recall being sick in her life. So other than oh, I'm tired, that type of thing, or I'm hungry, or I'm scared,
Yeah.
I'm not sick. So I mean, I don't know if there's some kind of I don't know if this is a thing.
She's sick at the end of the book, so I don't know
Right.
if she has, if it's a miscarriage. But I mean, you don't, I don't think you get diarrhea when you're miscarrying typically. So I think she is sick.
So maybe it's one of those things where I don't know. I've known people in my life that they always say that they swear it never gets sick. So I don't know. Maybe she's one of those people.
My mom and my sister have been exposed to COVID multiple times and never got COVID.
Oh, wow.
My sister, I got it when I was at my mom's once at Christmas, and I drove back to an hour and a half car ride with my sister sitting next to me.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, 2 days after Christmas, I had COVID, and she never got it. So,
oh my gosh, that's the definition of the hot box of exposure.
Right, sitting next to in a car. Yeah. So I mean, there are people that just don't get stuff, I guess.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So Dany's pretty not, obviously she feels bad for people. She doesn't feel like she's at, she's not concerned about herself catching it. And basically they're starting to draw a crowd because the Astapori are stumbling after them, and the more people that kind of come along, begging them for help, they're miserable. And they were trying to figure out how to help people because nothing they've done so far had stopped the spread of the disease, because they'd had done situations where they tried to separate, which is horrific in itself, people understand, and they were trying to separate families, but then people still end up getting sick. It sounds like one of those situations where he's kind of just explaining away, but they don't understand if there's a longer incubation period where they'd separate people, they'd still get sick and die a week or two later. So that wasn't working, and she had sent wagons with food, and then they end up being attacked, and that it's understandably because people are just in a miserable, horrific, this already kind of this refugee camp situation basically is a nightmare, but then add this disease onto it. And she came today because she's finally okay, I'm going to come out and do it myself, which is kind of interesting talking about Jon in the last chapter. So this is Dany's version of she's getting out there.
Yeah, definitely some parallels in their compassion and their willingness to lead. They're both, I have a, comparing her to Jon, I don't necessarily think she's showing worse leadership or choices than Jon. I just think she's in a way worse situation right now.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what else you could do. All the things she's doing, I don't think reading all these chapters now, I think again, it's I don't know that she's
I mean, if she only cared about herself, she'd just leave she'd go for Westeros or, Bravos or Pentos or something.
Right. Oh man. So her men are arguing because they were talking about that they do need to burn the dead, but no one's willing to touch them. And Dany suggests the Unsullied, she was saying they don't have fear of corpses. But Sir Barristan immediately, which understandably, he's like, this is a bad idea because these are your best fighters, because he's worried about we're going to lose people. And, and he's worried about also if they do, even if they can solve the problem with the disease or stop the spread of that, they still don't really, they have enough food maybe for their fighters, it sounds like, but they can't really spare anymore for the Astapori. So they're kind of in the squeeze, both directions. And she does order Aggo to bring her Grey Worm and 50 of his Unsullied. So she's kind of, I'm still gonna do this. I'm gonna, I'm gonna get them. And um, she jumps down from her horse, and Jogo's horrified because she's touching them. And it kind of, kind of reminded me, made me think about like sort of like, it was like kind of this idea of like, oh, someone willing to go, like, I don't know, with Mother Teresa, or someone like, maybe Princess Di, when people go and willing to like
Yeah.
other people balk at. And um, you know, by the time Grey Worm arrives, she basically shamed the rest of them because they see by her example, they're all helping at this point. And before midday, she managed to they have like a dozen fires burning bodies. And Grey Worm is asking them, and I don't know if this part is say that maybe this is a way of kind of, because he asked that they be allowed to bathe in the salt sea to purify themselves, and he says, his quote is like, according to the laws of their great goddess. So I'm assuming this is George's way of saying they're kind of, I don't know, that they may not get sick because they're doing something different than everyone else is doing. I
Yeah.
don't know, so hopefully. um, and she returns to the pyramid and tells Erie and Jikwi to help prepare her bath and burn her clothes, which I kind of felt bad. I was like, I know she's saying she doesn't get sick, but like, I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of like a PPE process here that might need to be getting.
Right.
Like, maybe strip outside the pyramid and don't bring the clothes in.
Yeah.
Like a, I don't know what that would be called, like a spray off zone, like decontamination zone. And
Use your dragons for something here. Like,
right,
just,
right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my god, I wonder if the dragons could get, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes like the cross animal
like if the dragons, or
dragons
if
are
like the
nasty. Yeah.
dragons burn the bodies, like if that would
Oh,
be like quicker, like,
right,
I don't
right,
know.
right. Right, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I would think that there'd have to be like maybe some kind of better. And then she tells Miss Endai to bathe with her. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
no.
that I was sort of like, I don't really want to do that, but okay.
Gosh.
I will say, like, this was one of those chapters where I was a little uncomfortable with the portrayal of the Dothraki. Like when they have that little fight over Ricaro, they just make them seem so
Oh,
one dimensional and
yeah.
just like don't give a shit about anyone. Like it's just like that. I don't like that. They just made them seem like generic cardboard. And, it's so notable in his books because, like,
Right.
no one else is.
Oh, that is a really good point, because it's like, oh, they have the Unsullied, but yet it's always, because it always seems like it's the Dothraki that he has thematically like opposing things, like don't do this, because it almost like makes it seem like it's like they're more superstitious when actually it makes more sense to not want to do that thing. That there's like a legitimate reason, but
And just,
he
yeah,
plays it out that way.
they're like just relentlessly one dimensional.
Yeah,
And yeah, I don't like it.
shame. It's a shame. Yeah, a lot of the stuff does feel a little. I mean, it's hard because I think he's playing all these different, like, he's having these people from these different, I guess just the different cities and stuff, and sometimes it does feel like a caricature, like
Yeah.
you see like an old movie or something of
Yeah.
how they would visualize someone from the Middle East, versus yeah, the European type character. But yeah, it's a shame. I guess she's okay. To throughout all this, I guess they're trying to she wanted to wear one color, and I think she ends up wearing the blue tokar because one is not clean, and she remembers she has this dinner with was it Hisdar?
Well, and they're
And
trying to like convince her to do all of these kind of
oh,
insulting, like traditional Miranese, like wedding customs where she would wash his feet and like do stuff for his family and stuff. And
yeah.
she's like resisting.
Yeah, she's like, well, maybe if he agrees to wash my feet too. And she's, I think the one thing that she does end up agreeing to is like to marry him in the Temple of Graces,
Yeah.
which, I mean, that
Like
seems
they were
like,
gonna have to inspect her naked by
oh,
his
that was
family,
really
I think, and she was like, no. But then, when she starts talking to him, like, he's like, yeah, that's dumb. Like, he's pretty open to like minimal requirements as well.
Yeah, she really, and I don't, of course it's because of the Daario thing, but she really is like down on him. But honestly, he doesn't seem that heinous compared to
No,
some of these other guys she's run into who've tried to be
right.
suitors.
Yeah, he really, so we actually, well, I can wait till the end of the chapter. We have a
Okay.
good Dany question.
Okay. So Dany, okay, so that was another issue that Raznak suggests that opening the fighting pits would have been like a good wedding gift.
That's
And
always the suggestion.
yes, I know, they badger her with that, and she she tells him that he's gonna be king after they're married, and he can open them then, but she doesn't want the blood on her hands because she's like, "Look, there's nothing I can do at that point." So I guess she's willing to balance out, like, these are the things, the sacrifices I'm making, but I'm
Yeah.
still not gonna have it be me. Um, and she excuses herself to meet Daario because she finds out he's arrived because they tell them
Like
that
she like scoots out of the like basically her date with his star to like go to Daario.
Oh, yeah, but okay, so she's in sorry, I skipped a little bit. Okay, so she has a his dar. Sorry, she's a his dar first before she scoots out her dar.
But I
Okay,
mean,
so
she literally does like ghost out of there like as soon as she hears he's back.
but there is a little bit. Sorry, there's a little bit his dar. So an hour after sunset, and she's meeting with him, and it doesn't last long, but he informs her that Yunkai will give them peace, but they must pay in gold gemstones to rebuild Astapor and allow them to resume enslaving people. And she sees that like wedding or war are basically in her mind her only two choices. Sir Barristan erupts, and this is when he tells them that the Stormcrows have returned, and they have word that the Yunkai are heading north now. And that's when she excuses herself to
Yeah.
meet with Dario.
And he's like bloody still, like, oh, she's got such terrible decision making when it comes to this part of her life.
Oh, I know. But she hadn't like I forgot. So she hadn't slept with him up until this point, right? They just kind of like flirted kind of
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she slept with them.
It didn't sound like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so he's giving her more bad news when she's talking to him. Like the Yunkai were joined by 4 legions out of New Gis, and including the one with Brown Ben Plum and the Second Sons. And they had lost some of their own men and more defected to their side to fight for Dany, but it was like, it's like they're losing people, all these people are going to the other side, and then Dany's really hurt by this because she's wondering like, was he the second or the third betrayal? Because she keeps going back to that every time somebody betrays her, in the prophecy.
And like because he ends up with Tyrion and Jorah, doesn't he? And he's
I think
gonna
so.
like double, like he's like gonna
Right.
double back. Like he is gonna fight
Right.
for her, I think, right?
I think so. So I
Yeah.
think that's what's going on here because I think
Yeah.
that's what's happening. I remember that. I was like, "Oh, don't they? But don't they?" Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah." So at least she's wrong about that. And then um, there's an uproar. This basically there was an uproar when this news, like amongst her advisors, basically like they ordered the gates to be closed and every fighting man upon the walls. And then once she's alone with Daario, she makes him. I know it's like as she makes him promise to never betray her. It's just so sad. And she ends up, it sounds like she's sleeping with him afterwards, but it's so sad because people say those things, but you don't know for sure if somebody is going to.
Right.
It's just sad that she felt like she had to ask that. Gosh. But she sounded happy to be getting it on the bright
To be
side instead of
getting
not so
back.
bad
Yeah.
side. Okay, I guess that's at a chat. I don't know I guess if we go to mail or if there's
Yeah,
anything
we have
else.
a couple of questions. So, on this particular chapter, Buck O'Hare on the Discord asks, how would you rank Dany's lovers, both current and potential? So, I mean, I guess we have Drogo, Daario, Hisdar, and then, I guess I would add Quentin just for the sake of,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and then probably John and Egan, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if for Dany, I
Yeah.
feel like honestly, she would. I mean, I think she's gonna like egg like other. If you took everything out of it, like she wouldn't like Egan because, he's going to try to usurp her place in line, but like personality and looks, I feel like she would like him just fine. And like, and I mean, because he seems like more aligned to the Drogo Daario thing, like kind of cocky, kind of, a little, no, he's not super flashy, but he's certainly flashier than like the John Quentin Histar line.
Right,
Like those
right.
three seem,
That seems
although,
to appeal to her. That's a good point. She
yeah,
likes Flash.
yeah. And, I mean, it is kind of funny when you actually think about like her tastes and what she likes. And
Right.
then what he likes from a personality perspective, are John and Dany a good match?
I
I don't
don't
know that they are.
Yeah. Like, you know what? At first, I was kinda thinking, like, the more you talk about it, I don't think they are because, yeah, I think yeah, 'cause I know we don't have a lot of he was with the Ygritte, but no, it doesn't seem like they would be.
Now, in
'Cause
terms of lovers, like actual, like the
right, they might
active
have
sex,
attraction. Yeah, they probably have
I mean,
attraction.
he's at the top. He is proven
Yeah.
to be good at it.
And he's mentioned because he found, I mean, I'm assuming he would find Dany attractive, but I don't know personality-wise. Because I mean, he
Yeah.
mentioned, what is it, the lady, oh gosh, I forgot her name. Because remember that he was tempted
Oh, with
by
Val.
yeah, Val,
I
so, I
mean,
mean
Danny is out, is she more outspoken? Like the things he liked about Egret were that she was kind of outspoken and tough
yeah.
and like kind of a fighter. Like I think he likes those things. And I feel like, Danny is not that person. Like not that she's
Yeah.
not tough or anything. She's like emotionally tough, but I feel like I don't know about them. Like of all of the women that we know of that are like, the ladies, the eligible ladies of
Yeah.
Westeros, like honestly, Asha's the best one for John, just
Oh,
in
yeah.
terms of
Oh,
like
yeah.
kind of egret aligned, but also sort of like a progressive thinker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
That's a good
they
point.
actually would be like kind of good together. Whereas, again, Danny's not progressive. She's just
It's just a different vibe, and it feels
yeah.
off. Like, when I think about it, it does feel off, and that's probably, but we already saw it play out, but yeah, it feels off. Like, even aside from them being really all related and all that, there just doesn't seem like a good matchup. Like, it doesn't seem like they'd hate each other. Like, they seem like they'd be
No.
good friends,
And
good
I
family
mean,
members.
I just don't know what they give each other because I feel
Yeah.
like they're good at some of the same things, but they would, like they're good at. I don't,
It seems like they're looking for something different in the other person that they can't give each other. Like, they don't seem like they
yeah.
have match that way. Like, they
Like I
don't
think Danny wants some, and I mean, no criticism of her. I think they actually both sort of don't dislike something exciting about their partner.
right. Right.
And, I mean, John has many qualities, but I don't know that he's exciting.
Yeah.
Like Tyrion of, Jaime, like Jaime is exciting. You know, Tyrion actually is kind of exciting, but John's not. Like,
It seems
I
like
don't know.
it seems like both Danny and John each want a slightly more dominant
Yeah,
personality.
I would agree. Yeah.
So that's yeah, so they would clash in that way.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, I don't know that I don't know that they add enough to each other's
right.
life to be like a great partner for each other. No, that's and like who for in Westeros or Essos. I mean, I feel like Danny's options, like who is like a stronger person than she is. Like she's gonna have a rough time of
I
it.
know, 'cause I'm trying to yeah, who would is
I
there
mean,
somebody down in one of the Sun Spears, like, somebody down in that realm? But those are all I mean, unless she got with one of the sand snakes, you know what I mean? Like, I could see her with, like, one of them, but, like,
yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
like, yeah, I mean,
you could
there are
think of
better
like that.
women that are
Yeah, yeah,
that are partners for her, but I mean, yeah, for a stronger personality. I mean, Jamie's a stronger personality, but he's not going to be the leader in a relationship.
Oh,
like,
right,
not
right.
in that way.
He's not, yeah, he's not in that
And,
way,
like,
yeah.
like, a Willis Tyrell, no, he's not gonna
No,
be.
no.
Like, Edmure, no, like, none of,
Yeah, I'm trying who is
Robin
there?
Aaron,
Who is there?
no. I don't think Egan is that super strong. Like, he's sort of a brash kid, but I don't think, he's still a kid. So yeah, I have no idea who would be a good match for her.
Because if she was super, after the original initial stuff, she was super into Drogo and super into Dario, so that's kinda gives you the kind of archetype
and
of what
like,
she's looking for.
but
Yeah.
honestly, someone like Quentin would have been a good match for her because he like like kind of was also pretty compassionate and practical and like had cared about his friends. Like, there's a lot about him that would be really good for her, that would like ground her humanity a little bit more. But I don't,
Right.
again, like, from a a love perspective, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know that there's a person for her.
That's a good question,
Yeah, it's a great, literally, she's the mother of dragons, so it's not, it ain't gonna be easy. So then we have a question from Chicky. She says, "I'm so glad I'm not there, so I can make you all answer this." Mwahaha.
though.
Which pre-series storyline are you most interested to hear about from the Mad King play, which
Oh.
debuts in late July? So I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So for people who haven't kept up with this, so this play is like the tourney at Harrenhal, but like I've seen a picture of who they cast as Jaime.
oh,
And it is a young, pretty young, curly haired blonde guy with green eyes. Like,
oh my
he
gosh.
really looks like he should be young Jamie. So
Oh, wait, where is this playing at? What is this happening?
I think it's in
TV?
London.
Oh my god, lucky.
Yeah.
No.
So, I don't know what the rest of the characters look
Oh
like,
my
but
god, I have to look this up.
so if we think about like the tourney at Harrenhal, there's the whole
Gosh.
like how did Rhaegar and Lyanna meet?
Oh my god.
Um, the night of the smiling. What is it? Night of the
Or Smiling Night or
smiling, the smiling tree or whatever. Like, basically when what's his face was getting bullied by the squires, and then like the whole Ashara Dane thing. Like, who was she hooking
Oh,
up with?
that would be cool.
And
Oh my
then
gosh.
just Ares being Ares like sending Jamie away. And
Oh my
so,
gosh.
and then like, what's Robert? We don't really know anything about what Robert's doing this whole time, except I personally think, well, wait, who is Robert having sex with? Oh, because Lyanna was there, so he wasn't having sex with anyone, probably. Apparently, I'm very interested, Chicky, in who Robert was having sex with. Like, that's my interest.
Oh my god. There I'm trying to look up a bunch of these pictures. Oh gosh, that's kinda cool though.
I'm
Oh my
kind of interested in, like, I guess, and I don't know if this play would get into it, but I guess I'm sort of interested in, was there any substance or planning going on by Rhaegar at the tourney to like usurp the throne from Ares? And did
Oh.
Ares coming there kind of screw that up? Like, was this really a rebellion like disguised as a tourney? Like, and I'm
Oh.
kind of interested in, like, oh, Howland Reed, that's who I meant. Like, the whole Lyanna, Benjen, Howland Reed thing where
Okay.
they,
Oh, that would be cool.
apparently,
Really
you
cool.
know, yeah, like that, like, and Lyanna like dressing up as a boy to fight, and like
Oh,
that.
yeah. There's so many
Although,
cool stories.
yeah, although that just makes me sad in the sense of, like, Lyanna was super cool, and then some old fucking Rhaegar came and screwed up her entire life, and then she died.
Oh god. Yeah, how much older than her was he? Like,
Mid-20s maybe, and she was
okay.
like 15.
Oh god. Oh
And
god. I didn't
then, yeah,
forgot. Oh my gosh.
like screws her over,
Oh my gosh.
and then she dies.
Oh
Yay.
my gosh. Well, see, I didn't know anything about that. I'm glad yeah, because I feel like I that's awesome. That would be awesome if they could even touch on any of those. That's so cool. Oh.
Maybe we'll have someone who is in London or is going to it. So if
Oh,
anyone
cool.
is, like, that'd be awesome. Let us know.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, maybe you could guest on that.
Yeah, that would be
It
amazing.
would be cool. Yeah, tell us how it went. Oh gosh. Okay, so is that it for mail?
That's it for mail. Yep.
Okay, cool, cool. You can reach us at closethedoorend@gmail.com, on Tumblr at closethedoor, and come here at tumblr.com. Submit questions to the chapter threads on the Jaime and Brienne subreddit. Follow us on Blue Sky at closethedoorend.bluesky.social. Please like, review, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and wherever you might listen. And please support us on Patreon at Close the Door. I'm closing the door. Get out.